So thank you very much, Mr. Abiodun. Thank you for the very, very interesting concept. I loved it very much, especially because having a science background, when you said some of the concepts were engineering, and it's a beautiful one. So I have a first question here. You talked about starting where you are, use what you have and do what you can. Then you talked about selling the product to test the service, measured feedback from the market, and then you now pivot to where the market is moving. So if as a startup business, you venture into something and after testing, you see that maybe there's a need to pivot into something else. I want to know the balance between, sometimes they'll tell you that you moved too soon, maybe that you should have stayed on that business longer, that you moved and pivoted to another business too soon. So what is the balance between knowing when to stay on the initial product you bring to the market, or if there's a need to change part of the solution or something? How
Mm.
how how how
How do
long do
you
you
know?
how do you know if to stay and
Mhm.
make it work, or if to move on to something else?
Yeah, and that's the great thing about this concept because like I said, it's a controlled failure. Basically, is what it is. So as part of that controlled failure, you're actually getting data. And this data, you would have seen it clearly that look, people are not either that they are not ready for this product yet. That product may sell in 5 years' time. Okay. But as of now, the market is telling you they don't want this product. And it's very, very important to have data to support that. Is how I think I would answer your question. So it's not just to make that decision on whims and caprices that, oh yeah, well, I'm not getting paid or something like that. If you actually have data that you are obtaining as you are executing, you're getting data from your customers, because at the end of the day, you see, this whole thing is that you're building it around your customer at the end of the day. So there should be some data that is coming from your customer that you have to be monitoring. And if you have done it over 6 months period, and you have done what you should have done, you've put in money into the marketing and all of that, you are obtaining the data, and you can see clearly yourself that it's not really working. And that point, I think you do not have to wait any further. And I think one of the reasons when people might have, oh, maybe I should stay or something like, maybe the emotion that they have to that product that they have developed might be why they might say, oh, maybe I should hold on, when the data is actually showing you that the market doesn't want what you brought, right? So that would be very, very clear. And the other thing that I would like to add to that is that the concept of the lean startup, it's not something that you put in a lot of money. Remember, we say it's minimum viable product. So you don't have to go and break the bank to actually test this product or solution. So it should be a thing where if you are not emotionally, invested into this thing and you can really see the data, I would say that the one thing you might able to see is you can see one thing that works. And maybe it's that one thing that you can then pick and go for. That's really what happened with my supply jobs portal, job portal, because I see that no, this thing is not working. Um, and the moment I realized that, and with the work I was doing with the customers already, I now realize, oh, you know what, this is really what the customers want. No, they don't want another job portal. There are hundreds of job portals out there. What they really want is that they want somebody that will help them to gain access to this opportunity, maybe through getting resources. I'll help them with job search, or maybe some help with certification and things like that. And that's how I pivoted to mentoring instead of just sticking to that job portal.